The third level of competencies that a president of a football club, a president of a football association, a player, a coach, a manager, a sports director, or an agent, an intermediary for his players should be receiving, should be having under his control is the competencies of how to choose when managing their careers, how to choose the commercial rights, image rights, sports rights of the players. It's very important to understand that when you choose to position in your club as a president, as a sports director, or when you choose to position this player in this club, you have to be aware what kind of energy represents your players and what kind of energy represents that club. Because if you position a player or a coach in your club or in this club as an intermediary, that is not an energy where they will find themselves together easy, then you will attract not only sports difficulties but also health problems and business problems also within your club or within your player's life. I have seen lots of players receiving injury just because they are coming in a new club that are not representing their energy. So when you choose a sports club, when you choose a commercial for your players, for your club, for your brand, when you choose to represent with your image a product, a country, a specific energy, you must be aware that this choice will have, as a natural result of life, his consequences. And this is really important because the consequences has to be a positive evolution. This is what we all want. But when I see some managers who doesn't like the technical way of play but prefer the physical way of play, coming in a club where, historically talking, the game has to be one way, I know from the beginning that this is not going to be working well. When I see some players choosing to represent a brand, for this brand to sell worldwide its products, and those products are against health for the children, I know that that player will have health problem. This is a natural effect, compensation, result of the way life is working. So when you are an intermediary, when you are a player yourself, when you are a football president, when you are a sports director, not only you have to be aware of the statistics of the players, and I will share that with you in the seminars obviously, but also you have to be aware of, does this player represent and suits your energy, your club energy well? Does this manager represents the game's philosophy and the mindset and the spirit of your brand, of your club, of your country? This is really important because you will avoid lots of time wasting, money wasting, and everything will be coming together much more easier if from the beginning you have paid attention to receiving and offering the right energies to yourself and to others. This is really important for me to share that with you, because to make business, very often, if you have an offer that is important financially talking, very often we go and sign for this agreement that is really attractive financially talking, without being aware of the consequences of it in players' health, clubs' health, teams' results. And we can see lots of times good clubs like Monaco at the minute was the first in Première Division in France 2 years ago, and with same coach, same president, same vice president, same players, the results have been the opposite, very low compared to what they've been. Why? Because the energy that Monaco did attract to its club since a year was not suiting well with Monaco itself, with the club of AS Monaco Football Club itself, and with the players and the managers that were working well so far 1 year ago. And we can see Paris Saint-Germain, another brand, at the minute, is designed to become the best club in the world. Is designed already to be the most professional club in the world, the most modern club of the world. But so far, they have not been able to win the Champions League. So far, they are not winning games by 10 goals difference. But they have attracted Mbappe. They have attracted Neymar. They have, almost at every position on the field, the best players of our planet, like 4 or 5 others football brand, international brands. But as you can see, Neymar, Cavani, and other good players like Meunier, who are the big guys of the club in Champions League, disappear just before the big games, the second part of the season. Why? Paris Saint-Germain should be aware of why this is happening to them. What does Paris Saint-Germain, president, sports director, players, managers, does have to understand as a new knowledge for them to really become and be the leader, the international leader that they are designed for to become. There is something that they don't know yet. There is something that life wants them to become aware of in their game. For the sports right, in the physical part of the game, for the health, but also in the way they decide and choose to develop their business. How do they choose to manage their sports players' right, the sports right of the Paris Saint-Germain? To who they give the energy of their brand? To who they attract, what brand they attract in their commercial rights for those brands to sell more product because of the name Paris Saint-Germain? Who do they choose to attract? Do they choose to sell product that will represent the energy, the right energy of Paris Saint-Germain? This is not by luck if we call those rights sports right, commercial rights, and image rights. Rights means justice. What is right, what is not? Sports right for Paris Saint-Germain. Commercial rights for Paris Saint-Germain. Image rights for Paris Saint-Germain. What rights for Paris Saint-Germain is what represents the real energy of Paris Saint-Germain. What is the real energy of Paris Saint-Germain? Who is aware of it? Who knows it? The president of Paris Saint-Germain does need to be aware of it. The president of any other football big brand in the world or small brand in the world should be aware about what kind of energy does he represent. Because from this, you will be able to have really the awareness, necessary awareness of what energy suits you well, what others doesn't. And if you do some mistakes, you will not have the result you do hope and you do have the capacity to develop. This is maybe why every season Neymar Jr., the best player of Paris Saint-Germain, cannot play the end of the season for Paris Saint-Germain to win the Champions League. It deserves. This is maybe why, at the same time, at the minute I'm talking to you, Cavani is not at his best. You should be aware of all this. What kind of energy do you do represent? What do you attract as energy, brand, commercial energies, commercial rights in your club? Who do you choose to represent? Who do you choose to profit? Who do you choose to help? What are you doing with your name? What are you doing with your performance? What are you doing with your players? Make sure that what you're doing suits well with Paris Saint-Germain energy.